Alright, here we go. Let's see where we go in part 3 here. As I recall, with the new character, I'm pretty sure this is where I go out of my way to try and both get a new base and get some additional tools and survival gear that I don't have. Although I don't think I ever go for the generator. I don't know. I've never really found the generator to be great. I really don't like guns either, although that's a carryover from back when guns actually were just awful. At least now they're decent enough. Some of them are quite good even, but the generator to me just I don't. There's really no need for it in almost any given situation, and certainly not in the situation where you're urban. So there's just a tremendous amount of canned or otherwise non-perishable food that will kind of always be there. I mean, I don't know. I haven't counted the houses in Louisville, but there's got to be. I mean, I don't know. Essentially, I mean, not actually mathematically, but essentially an infinite amount of non-perishable food. You'll die before you eat it all. So infinite in that sense. Let's see. I'm moving bodies. Oh, making sure they're not poking inside. Right. I think I used to have the superstition, and I probably still do, that zombie bodies that are poking inside into the house can still contribute to the corpse sickness, which I'm sure isn't true, but I don't know. It also just looks better to not have the zombie kind of half in the doorway and half out of the doorway. No, right, not that way. You have to go all the way around to the backyard and hop out. There you go. Yeah, I locked down the front, the whole front of the house, so that you just use the backyard to get in and out. Which is probably, honestly, for Louisville, or any, maybe not any city, but for any, most areas rather, probably just barricading the front of the house and using the backyard is security enough. I think I've touched on this before. But once you've cleared out your area, once you've got your 10 house radius kind of all cleared out from your base, 10 houses out, kind of in a circle, you're almost never going to see a zombie again. I just don't see and then when you do, it'll be, 1 to 2, maybe a moving, quote-unquote gang of like 6-ish. The only time you'd have to worry about a horde is when the helicopter event or a meta event would attract a ton of them. But as I've since learned, apparently even meta events don't quite pull zombies in a way that, kind of because of the way cells load and zombies load, for meta events at least, because it's not a continuous pull, it's just one sound and then that's it. It will pull zombies into your cell, but then they kind of just stop there, is what I've learned. Whereas the helicopter, obviously, it pulls them into your cell, and then because the helicopter continues to generate noise, it will further pull the zombie kind of to your specific, or if the helicopter hasn't seen you, the helicopter's specific location. What am I doing? Am I putting a TV outside? No, I'm marking the outside? What's my plan here? What am I doing? Oh, smart. Yep. Now stop. I feel like that is awkward. Here, let's see. I'm gonna trim up the. I'm sure you can see I'm adjusting the video. So. Alright, that should look a little better. I'm gonna make sure No? Okay, come on, hold on. There we go. Hey, we're learning as we go, alright? It's T-ball. It's the T-ball of Project Zomboid commentary. Why am I putting a flag there? Just to make sure I know it's my home? I know it's my home. Oh, 6 p.m. Alright, time for, woodcraft, or sorry, exposure survival. Yeah. put it... Yeah, who cares? Oh, is this the one that doesn't give you anything? It just teaches you how to make a fire, which I think you already know how to make a campfire, even from the start. Right. I'm checking. This doesn't do anything. Oh, boredom. I guess it relieves boredom. But from the start, your character can make a campfire, because I've definitely missed that broadcast, and it hasn't mattered. So that's one thing to remember. When 6 p.m. on the 12th, or depending on when you start your days, because you start on the 9th, then +1, +2, +3, so n plus 3 days whenever you start your days. So even if you started on December 25th, just, add 3, n plus 3. On the 12th, you can kind of just not, you can watch Woodcraft, and then you basically have 18 hours that you can go out and do stuff until you have to, watch TV again. And depending on your location, watching TV doesn't mean giving up the looting day. It just means going back to the last place you know had a TV. So, especially if you're looting in, say, mobile homes, where it seems like only about a third of them have TVs. Kind of a niche situation, I guess, a little bit. But just remember the last place that had a mobile home, the last mobile home that had a TV, rather than kind of running all the way back to your house just to watch, say, a simple show. Not to say you should miss those, they are free XP. Go ahead and get them. I mean, just getting to, with the books, if you can get to kind of level 3 in cooking and carpentry, and then, 1s to 2s in all of the farming, fishing, foraging, trapping, that Exposure Survival offers, that's a great start right there. You don't really need much, you don't really, quote-unquote, need much more than that. Although more than that is definitely nice. Of course. Alright, let me see. So what's my plan here? I'm getting ready for the day. I want to go and loot another house or two. I don't know if that's... No, I think I want to go back the way I came, right? I'm in good shape. I need to take the firefighter pants off. I can't believe... I must have been making a deliberate choice to, like wear the firefighter pants during this, this game world. Because normally I'm like, they're heavy, they're very protective, but they're also very heavy, so I'm like, I'll wear something else. Okay, a sack, a scope, and smokes? Is that what I got right there? That was pretty nice. That's pretty good. Let's see. And a couple more useful things. He puts the aviator glasses on. Yeah, I remember now. I was playing this guy like he's, cool. Maybe that's why he's still wearing firefighter pants, but... Try to say that 20 times fast. Apparently I couldn't even say it once. Is that the Gentleman's Club? No, is that the Gentleman's Club? Oh my gosh, the font is so difficult. I know cursive, but that's beyond cursive. It's ugly cursive. Check around. You're very, very cool. Safety first. This is good. Yeah. TVs as you go, just so that, as I've described earlier, there's that, the broadcasts kind of quote-unquote hang or wait until the next broadcast for each channel, so you can, in a way, you can kind of set yourself up to, say, watch cooking at 11:30, followed by the Woodcraft show at noon, but only if you've turned off all the TVs in the cell or chunk. Again, I haven't bothered to look up the specifics. I just turn off every single TV around me to make sure that I'm able to do this. And in Louisville, that's not possible. But in Muldra or Riverside or West Point or Rosewood is honestly the easiest and probably the best one for this. Because even if you just use the firehouse, you can go south of the firehouse, and there's like 3 houses out there, like kind of by a pond, or maybe a middle or a little lake, middle to little, I don't know. But out there, you can easily just turn off. There's only like 4 houses total in that whole area, so if you just turn off all the TVs, that's like your TV watching zone. So as long as you don't stray out of that, you can just get to watch the TV shows kind of when you want to. Again, as long as you don't go later than the next broadcast would show. But you can set yourself up, say, to finish all of start reading the, say, Cooking 4 textbook at midnight, and instead of stopping halfway through because you didn't finish it, to watch Cooking at 6 a.m., you could finish it all the way till, I think it takes, with Fast Reader, till like 11:30. Like, you're cutting it very close. And then you turn the TV on. It's the only TV in the zone that's tuned to Life and Living, and it'll play the most recent scheduled broadcast that has already passed. Kind of a Price is Right rules, closest without going over, essentially. So it will play the previous broadcast at 6 a.m. for Cooking, since you turned it on at 11:30 a.m. And in a similar way, you could, say, watch the Cooking one at like 6 a.m. sharp, and then turn off all the TVs in your zone or chunk, and then set up Woodcraft and watch that at, say, 5:30. And even if you start it 5:30 p.m. that is. And here's the thing, even if you start the broadcast such that it'll go later than the next broadcast, the game doesn't mess up. It'll still play the next broadcast properly, but it will play the next broadcast after the first one. So in a way, you could kind of set up to have literally no dead time by playing, Woodcraft at 5:50 p.m. Like, getting that to start right at 5:50, which is cutting it very close, because if you're off by even one in-game time tick, which is approximately, gosh, I haven't done that in a while, but every 10 minutes is something like, what would that be? Not 80 seconds, much less than that. So if every hour is a day, you know what, I'll do that math in a moment, but essentially if you're off by even one tick, you miss all of Woodcraft. So I would recommend starting it at 5:40 p.m. at the latest, just in case, if you were to miss it, you wouldn't. But you could get it to go some directly from Woodcraft at 5:50 p.m. directly into, say, Exposure Survival, and thus kind of, cut down a lot of that middle time waiting around or reading to nothing. Because I think once you do something like that, like, each show usually takes approximately 30 minutes in-game, to play. They're supposed to be like half-hour TV shows, kind of. Although they're a little bit, sometimes, some are shorter than others or longer than others. I don't know where I was going with that one. Kind of just rambled on and on. But if you have the ability to, you should try to turn off all of the TVs in your area so that you have control over the broadcast, or the episode. You have control over that, essentially, if you need it. It's just a good option to have. Because you could still just keep to the normal schedule for the most part anyway. Nothing forces you to use this trick. Okay, I want to place the cutting board. Yeah, it's a nice cutting board. Yeah. Oh, I can't place tongs? Oh, I want to be able to place those on the... Oh, it won't because of the medicine cabinet? That's annoying. I'll put it all the way on top of the medicine cabinet. Now, I'm trying to place the razor on the sink, or near the sink, but I can't because of the medicine cabinet on the wall, which I guess is causing it to... There we go. There we go. Yep, and the toothbrush. Good for you. Yeah, even in the apocalypse, we can have a little hygiene. Oh, here we go. There we go. Put it on the sink. Or, again, near the sink. Honestly, that and, a little, like, spray bottle of bleach, and that's all you'd need for just basic hygiene in the bathroom. It's just you now, not to get too gross, but it's just you taking care of the bathroom, so you can clean it as little or as often as you wanted. If you just like did a little spritz with a spray bottle that you made of a little bit of bleach and water, you wouldn't have to clean any. You just run the water. I guess that somehow you can plumb an entire rain barrel to like all of your various internal plumbings of the house, which is something that isn't as easy as this game makes it seem, but it's wonderful, certainly. But assuming you've done that, you know. Okay, we're moving everything upstairs. Oh, books first. Interesting. We'll go books first here. Sure. Sure. No, that's an organizational pattern. Oh. Oh, I wasn't anticipating on that being full, I don't think. Oh, no, I'm still gonna make it work. It's gonna have to go in, no, there's no way. There's no way, dude. Come on. Oh. I'm gonna go through and do a little auditing. Okay, that'll buy me some space for sure. You only need one copy of each skill book, so everything else is, of course, just when you get an antique stove or a barbecue or whatever you can put these into, it's all just free fuel for your barbecue. Let's see, will it all fit now? Boom. And look, already we have how to use generators and the herbalist. Just because being in Louisville means there's so many homes that you have such a wider opportunity to find those things just by going home to home to home. I mean, I don't know. Like, just in the area immediately around any given character in Louisville are probably more homes than are in most of the other. I mean, I guess maybe except for Rosewood. More homes per square foot, or more homes per square mile, or whatever, than essentially anywhere else on the map. So being able to hit, say, 20 homes back to back to back to back, and not even have knocked out half of your neighborhood is pretty potent in terms of loot and acquisition. Oh, should have closed my bedroom door. That's not good. But we took Restless Sleeper combined with Wakeful, which is that's a fair. I like that old combo. It's not strictly speaking like OP or whatever, but waking up every 3 hours it kind of has its benefits, and as long as you sleep in a good quality bed, pardon me, combined with how Wakeful works, which is that it you accrue tiredness more slowly, kind of offsets the. Well, I don't want to say fully offsets it. Ameliorates, it makes less bad the downsides of Restless Sleeper, which honestly, even just Restless Sleeper, like on its own, isn't really that bad. I know a lot of people dunk on it, but for 6 points, all you have to do is essentially sleep twice a day. Kind of budget yourself around that, but which is awful in the early game, but by the later game, when most of your chores are kind of internal or like base specific, farming, fishing, trapping, things that you can kind of set up a whole base around or be in a safe area to do, like out in the woods, or even not in the woods, but in an area that you've been established for a long time, where you might just fight one zombie a day or 2 zombies a day tops, so long as you don't go out of your safe sphere. In those situations, the restless sleeper or extra sleepy, or what's called sleepy-headed trait, they're not that negative at that point. They're very negative early on. They're awful early on. But as the game, there we go. But as you establish your position in the game, those traits kind of mean less and less. Or at least they just don't hurt you as much, I suppose. Because again, like, who cares how tired you are if you just fight the one zombie? I know it's going to take, 10 whole stomps to kill him because you're that tired, but if it's just one zombie, you're not really in any danger, which is kind of the situation you'll often find yourself in later in the game. Not always, but probably 95% of the time. Like, when you're walking around on your established farm or in your established secured base, you won't see a single zombie, but then when you leave just that little bit of area, there might be a zombie walking around, maybe. So. Right, I don't have the key ring. I messed up. So I should go get that key ring. Books are good. Knowledge is power. Okay. Let's see. And I'm sure grab a little food while you're here, right? Nothing. No reason not to. Sure, why not? Yeah, there's no reason not to, right? Laundry room, a little bathroom. Okay. A pointless bathroom, nothing to loot, but water, like. I mean, I guess that's something to think about. That's a 40-unit bathroom, or a 40-water unit bathroom. Because that's about all it has once you get down to it. Once, there's nothing to loot in there. And once the water power run out, the only thing that room will offer you is 40 units of water, 20 from the sink, 20 from the toilet. And then, I guess, a little welding XP if you want to disassemble the sink and the toilet. Or, I guess you could pick them up and take them home, but, I don't know, sinks and toilets aren't hard to find. I don't know why you would want... Aside from wanting a specific look of sink for your specific place, I don't know why you would want any, you don't need to, worry about the quantity of sinks. There's plenty of sinks in the world for you to go get, so you don't have to cherish them in any way. And same for toilets, although toilets, I don't know, that would be kind of weird to make a toilet your main fixture, water fixture in your house, but I guess you could. That's weird. I get my water from it. It's very... That's very weird. Because you can just fill up your water bottles from a toilet, so I guess if it's fresh water, right? That's weird to think about. I guess as to that, there should probably be more diseases than just, I guess your character can get, food sick and corpse sick, and can also get, a long exposure to the cold and wetness combined can get them, I don't know, I guess, the cold, we might call it, I guess literally, but there might be, I don't know, just other kinds of diseases, or diseases might be the wrong word, but other kinds of illnesses that the character could face, like, say, like when they take water from a bathtub or a toilet, maybe there's just a slightly higher chance of getting some kind of foodborne illness. Well, no, that wouldn't be a foodborne illness, I guess. That would be. Well, I guess I don't know enough, but that wouldn't be technically a food. I mean, it might make you very sick, but a different kind of sickness, maybe, like more like a debilitating kind of nausea, or I don't know, like stomach pains that make them, hard to move, like almost torpid with abdominal pain. Those would be, say, interesting things to add to the game. I don't know if they ever will. That's obviously quite specific. But it does feel like there should be more than just the cold, like food sickness, and I mean, I guess, is that it? The cold, food sickness? Oh, I mean, infection, like wound infection, which causes pain, and then obviously the zombie infection, pox infection, which causes death. Okay, you got a good collection going, brother. But I don't know, just like minor. I mean, I guess the cold is good, but I don't know. I guess just a wider variety of different kinds of symptoms that your character could be exposed to, and I do know that mods obviously add to that considerably. But maybe the base game could look at that too. These are really good developers. They're making a great game. I'm sure they're thinking about it, or I'm sure they have thought about it and decided, no, it doesn't work, and that's the end of that. And I'm just kind of barking up the wrong tree here. Let's see, are you gonna read something before the thing? Yeah, I would. Sorry, the thing before the broadcast at 6 p.m. Did I miss the noon one? Did I miss the noon one today? Oh, I might have. In all of my organizing. And my chatting. I didn't even... I've been watching, but I don't think I watched the noon one. Maybe I did. Is it foraging tonight? Must be. I'm hoping to get a little bonus right before it starts, huh? I got something. A little bonus. 0.6, okay. That's it? Oh, it's so weak. Okay, so you really, if you want to take advantage of foraging, because apparently it's only like 3 or 4, I guess 4 ticks of XP. Gosh, that's nothing. You really need to have read the whole book, because... That's good to know for in general. Yeah, foraging kind of doesn't matter as much in Louisville. I know I've talked about this before. Although it's obviously just good to have the skills. Like, better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it, of course. But that said, it's probably not something you really have to worry about if you're just in Louisville. Okay, now I'm freezing all my meat, I guess. That's... Sure. I guess I haven't checked that. I wonder if, because cooking meat, I wonder if it's more XP. It's probably less, but... Excuse me. I wonder if it's a better XP rate. No, that can't make sense, because you could make a stir fry with, like, you could take one steak and, no, that can't be true. It's honestly probably worst for XP to just take, a meat source, excuse me, and cook the whole thing and be done with it. That probably is the worst to do for XP, and that's what I've usually been doing, because I honestly, even at that though, you're still going to get plenty of cooking XP if you have the books. Like, you're going to get enough to... You're going to get more than enough to get to level 10 cooking within an average campaign, campaign, that's wrong terminology, but within an average life. Wow, he's tired. No, he's not. Why can't you jump? Whatever, I give up anyway. I'm gonna go inside. Alright, we're all good outside. No, that's, I mean, it's looking good. I do remember moving to a bigger house soon. I don't remember when. I was like, oh, I'm gonna jump out the window? I did. Good for you. I'm not gonna accept any limitations in life. I've often wondered if sometimes your character will fail to jump over a fence because somehow he or she, quote-unquote, knows that there's a zombie on the other side that you don't. But obviously, if you were about to jump a fence in real life, and it were dead quiet, and it's 12:40 in the morning, and nobody's out, and there was a zombie, like, I feel like you would know before you finish jumping the fence that there's a zombie there, and you would stop, of course, even if it's, anyway, without getting into detail. So I've often wondered if that's kind of the purpose of the animation when you fail multiple times at the same point, and I think that was just me confirming to myself that no, that's not it. I was kind of thinking there would be a zombie here, honestly. I remember thinking that, like, oh, there's gotta be a zombie here. I do remember thinking that. Okay, we're house shopping. What was that? Like a little granny suite, but like a whole... No, it's just another house. Damn it. Never mind. This is a good spot with that. Because you have a visual barrier wall rather than the, I don't know what to call it, the wrought iron fence, I suppose. Which is still good because it's impenetrable. You know, zombies can't break it, but they can see you, which means that they can figure out a way to get you, or just, I don't know, just them seeing you is already a security risk, because it's that much more likely that from them seeing you, they will find a way to get to you. So having vision blocking fences, or trees, or anything, you know, the property of the vision is worth more than pretty much anything else. Of course, these are pre-built wooden fences right here that we're running along here. You know, right here, these are all. So they're both impenetrable or indestructible, as well as being vision blocking. But that's the whole point. So definitely take advantage of those where you can. And it definitely looks like I want this house. Otherwise, why am I here? Okay, don't break my windows, man. These are good windows. Just a quick, yeah, make sure that they don't come down the stairs at me or anything. Right. So all of the open areas are clear. And this is something you should do too. Rather than go like room to room first, like say what if there had been a zombie up here in this attic as I was going room to room, and then that zombie started coming downward. And then as I opened, say, the second or third or fourth room, there are two zombies in there coming forward. Now I find myself in a situation where I'm getting pincered. Whereas instead you can kind of just run through the home, and as long as any, looking for closed doors, as long as all the doors are closed, which is pretty much what I did here, you just keep moving, and if there are zombies, they'll hear you, and then they'll start attacking the doors, which means they tell you that they're there first, which of course is a better position to be in. You don't want, you want the zombies saying, hi, I'm here, rather than you saying to the zombies, hi, I'm here, with no, with nothing in between you and the zombie. So definitely take advantage of those doors. I guess that's pretty much it. Because even a door with 2 or 3 zombies on it will hold for the brief period it takes to clear. Even a pretty large home like this one. Okay. Okay, going around and sure, making sure, you know, that visual barrier, it is worth something. Nope, with the door open right there. Wow, going to the map. That's bold, Cotton. Oh, and I'm closer to the antique stove. I'm really close to it. No, am I really close to it or just a little closer to it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm taking a break. I'm taking a pause, everyone. Don't forget to drink water. Okay, wow, I really did take a break here. Well, all right, I figured that would just be momentary, so I would kind of, let everyone grab their drink of water. Thank you for coming back, all of you. I know that was an uncomfortable 30 seconds or so of silence. Probably wasn't even 30 seconds, but still, I wanted to afford you the opportunity to contemplate at least getting that cup of water. And now that you haven't, maybe you regret it, because now yeah, there it is. See, now we're ready to go. Don't forget to drink water. Okay, yeah, so, boom, you like it. You're like, this is my home now, I'm moving in. And that's the great thing about the zombie apocalypse, isn't it? It's gonna, finally gonna be able to get those homes we always wanted. In apparently the very rich neighborhoods, just no problem. You're just gonna be able to go right up to it and get it. As long as you're a very strong, very fit fireman from Louisville. Okay, revealed, I think, a little bit more on the map there, yeah. Yeah, that's right. There's that Louisville Slugger factory with all those baseball bats. I always like going there if I can and just, like one backpack full of baseball bats is pretty good. It trains long blunt, so then when you do find your crowbar, it really will just last you forever. I mean, it starts at 1 and 70. What is that, durability loss, and it also has, I think, 15 hit points, which is pretty high, so it's pretty good. But even when you get to, what is it, maintenance 10, it'll have 1 and 84 durability, or rather a 1 in 84 chance of losing 1 hit point when swung and it hits something. I don't even know about something. I know doors count, but I bet there are some things that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. When it swings and hits something, a 1 in 84 chance of it losing a hit point. So then you take that 1 in 84 chance, you multiply it by, I'm pretty sure it's 15 hit points. What'd you get? 840 plus 4 and 20, so 1260. So it'll last you, almost 1300 hits. Probably in actual gameplay. Probably somewhere closer to 1200, just assuming that you get slightly worse than perfect average. Oh, was that a zombie button? There it was. Good eye. Good job. Passed. Yeah. Get him. Oh. Okay, yeah, so if you ever see a car that has, like, just a bunch of plastic bags in the trunk, just grab them all. It's supposed to be, I'm pretty sure, like, this person just went to the grocery store when this was all happening, kind of thing. Oh. So there's all those groceries, which are good food. And then you can throw the bags away later. They're not very useful, I don't know. unfortunately, most of the bags in this game, you'll end up probably just, I guess, either putting in, your useless storage, junk storage, if you can't bring yourself to throw it away, or you'll end up deleting it in the trash, throwing it away. I definitely do recommend, I guess, over time trying to throw things away, because in a long enough game of Project Zomboid, it does become very difficult to keep track of every little thing. Which is why you'll obviously break your loot down into, categories, and then further subcategories and what have you. Um, garage stuff. So then you'll put like crates in the garage that'll hold your garage tool. You get it, in subcategories and subcategories. That said, trying to just hold on to all the useless stuff in this game seems especially cruel to yourself when you're already trying to keep track of all the useful stuff. Cool. What was that, a good jacket? I mean, this is a nice jacket. It's a good jacket you got there, brother. You can walk and read maps. You can walk and read maps, nothing else. That's right, and off to the side here, there's like a weird fort. Oh, or this thing, but like way off. Fair enough. Yeah, over here-ish. Kind of at that edge of the river there, where it meets the edge of the known map. There's a very interesting fort out there that some people have shown, and I'm sure if you wanted to look it up, you can see it, but it's kind of a novel. Careful. Yeah. Interesting. Anyway, I kind of want to go and see the fort in character at some point in a run and try to make it work, although I feel like it'll be very boring because there's probably no zombie spawns out there. So if you just bring a van's worth of some food and seeds to start, you can easily just stay there, and then one more trip to bring a few tools. If you didn't already bring them, that would kind of be it. Oh my. Looking for it. Why am I fighting? I'm gonna go grab some sort of a seltzer water beverage thing, so now I'm going to get water. I should have done it earlier. I know, I thought about it, and then I was like, no, I'll think about it just like everyone else and not do it. So give me a few seconds here, but as I slowly trail out on that, I'm curious, what am I doing here? Why am I out here? I should have a goal. I must be looking for something, I just can't remember what. Pamplemousse? Grapefruit? Yeah. Pretty good. Oh, careful, bud. You can't go that way any further. That's going to, Okay, so you're working yourself into a surrounded situation because you're going to do a little crowd work, as I call it. Or you're crouching. No need. Just attract them. Or... No, I would say that crouching here is a bit of a mistake. Kind of just not needed. Just go ahead and attract. Yeah, there you go. Attract all of them. You know, sooner rather than later. Oh, are you going to work them into a corner in the fence and then off the fence? That's smart. No. Just going to eat some pickles and walk on by. I didn't say, I think it was pickles. Or maybe cereal. Doesn't matter. What am I looking for? And why am I tired? Sorry, fatigued. Different than tired. I guess that's another small complaint I have about the game, is the way that endurance and tiredness are similar but different. I know that like a lot of games make those the same thing, and we know that they're not exactly the same thing, but the way that they interact in this game also feels, you know, somewhat artificial, like a game would, oh, you're getting followed. So I don't know, I don't have a great recommendation or any ideas here. I guess I just figure, I don't know, even when you're really tired, that shot of adrenaline that you get in a shocking situation, I don't know, I've never been chased by zombies, but in a, you know, even when you're very, very tired, when you get, you know, some kind of a shock of adrenaline, even from, like, say, someone scaring or startling you because they're, you know, they're a jerk, that kind of offsets your tiredness for like 20 or so minutes, I've found, like a decent amount of time, but there's nothing like that in this game. And then, of course, you can't pass out in this game at all. You could theoretically stay awake for weeks, which is obviously also not true. You know, even though obviously at a certain point you wouldn't be able to regain your endurance without sleeping, which is another small thing. Like, you have to sleep, reduce your tiredness at a certain point in order to reduce your fatigue. Even though I would say that that's also, like, I don't know, soldiers in battle who were awake for 3 days or whatever, they would still take breaks where they wouldn't be sleeping, but they would be resting their body for a period, so that then they could continue doing things like, or, I don't know, athletes for, you know, triathlons and the like. There are definitely examples of people who have been entirely exhausted and who are completely sleepy, you know, completely tired in this game's logic, take a rest without sleeping, and then are able to continue doing physical things. This game says a certain point is just simply impossible. And that quote-unquote certain point isn't really that obscene or extreme either. It is something that I think most humans, you know, you can stay awake for 16 hours, that would put you at very, very tired in this game, or very tired, whatever the maximum tired is, so that now you will never gain exhaustion again. 16 hours, right? You'll never gain endurance, rather. You'll always get more exhausted. After 16 hours, some humans, you know, could have 16 hours of doing whatever this guy's doing without sleeping. If they sat for 2 or 3 hours, they would regain some quote-unquote endurance. I think every, you know, human body would work in essentially the same way. I understand why this one does, but freestone hammer, why not? Well, you don't need it though. It doesn't have anything in it. Sure. Oh. No free bat though. That could be nice. Oh, yeah, I want that backpack. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice, okay. Oh, that's annoying. Being patient about this is No, hey, get your stuff. Yeah, go you. All the goods, all the good stuff. Sure, why not? That's right. I'm gonna get some water, and then I think, sorry, as a character, I get some water, and then I think I put the police uniform on to go with the aviators. Oh no! Give me that cookie. I'm gonna need a cookie. This is yeah. Grab some water and then go, dude. Scary. Uh-oh. You can kind of jog through, I don't know, 2 zombies without tripping. Sometimes you do trip, but you can usually jog through about 2 without too much deficit. That is, too much impact. So that was kind of a risky move there, because there were 3, and I didn't know that. If there had been a whole, horde of 10, and they were just about to get in, and I walked out through that, that probably would have been it. So, no, certainly. So definitely don't do exactly what I did there. That was bad. But I had to, don't put yourself in my situation. I should have just got the water and left. But well, now I guess, hey, I have the second best backpack in the game. I think the all green one, as opposed to the camo version of the military backpack. The only difference, I believe, is 1 point of carry. I think the camo one carries 1 point more. And the encumbrance reduction rating is like 2 or 3% better. So I think I think it's like 88%. I'd have to double check. I think it's like 80 or 90%, somewhere in there, 80 to 90% for the regular green backpack that I'm wearing right now, the green military bag. And then the camo one is whatever that is, plus a few percentage points better and 1 more point carry capacity, which is still, that's still better, but this is hands down, for the most part, the best backpack you will usually get in the game. Chair to rest. Thought about that a while ago. They are everywhere in Louisville. They really are. I don't know. I feel like most of the other 4 towns, after. I mean, they still get packed with zombies too, I'm not to say that, but after, by this point, in the 4th or 5th day, like it is right now, 5th day, they would be relatively grouped, because most of those towns are only a couple of cells big. I guess I'm thinking of, in particular, the compact areas of West Point, kind of all that dense area of West Point and Rosewood. Riverside, I think, is... It's a little, I guess it's a little more spread out. It's not actually bigger in terms of like implied population, but it's a little bit more spread out than West Point. But anyway, point being that after a little while, because all the zombies are kind of in just 1 or 2 cells, you can kind of easily start to clear out the zombies in that area. Granted, there's still so many, but there's so many in Louisville that you just have no chance of clearing. Like, even when you clear out, as you traipse through, looting a cell, even if you were to clear it all out, there would still just be so many left. Hey. As opposed to, and I know I've done this with Rosewood before, you can almost just clear out Rosewood entirely. It's on, go through street by street, neighborhood by neighborhood over the course of, say, the first week, and pretty much take back Rosewood almost right away. Granted, because the zombie population is still growing, and because I think Rosewood covers like 7 total cells, so you kind of have to do like a morning jog and an evening jog every day to make sure there's not any, zombie respawn. You have to go through all those cells. But still, it's not undoable. You can kind of make Rosewood your own in a relatively short amount of time. You can't take the prison back that rapidly. That would be an interesting challenge, try to take the prison back as fast as possible. Having a raw pork chop and a tomato, that can't be good. You gotta make it home, man. Okay. Oh. Yeah, get in and take a seat. Come in and sit down. Oh. Okay, very safe. And then you're like, nah, just go. Go. There's nobody. Nice. Yeah. Real quick. Nobody sees you. Oh. There you go, bring him in. Nice, there you go. Uh-oh. Yeah, get something. You gotta jog home soon. Yeah, I must not be very tired, because I think there's one more state. It's, like, extremely tired. Or, yeah, whatever. Right, the bag in a bag. Kind of annoying that you can't open the bag. Like, I don't know, if I put a backpack in another backpack, I can still open the backpack, you know what I mean? Like, it's not impossible. It's still a little awkward. It's not even that weird. Right. Get back your endurance. They are. Okay, yeah, sure. Nails are always good. I guess that's one thing in Louisville. I mean, I'm sure you can still find plenty of nails, of course, but because you can't just hit up kind of like the nearby McCoy logging company warehouse, which has plenty of boxes of nails. I'm sure there's still plenty to be found in Louisville, but that's probably one thing that's a little harder to get, just because it's not, you know, the rural areas of the map, pretty much everything that's, everything, I guess, that's, you know, south and west of the mall, the Crossroads Mall, in Project Zomboid. That area of the map, you know, West Point, Riverside, Muldra, Phallus Lake, which used to be called Ekron, Rosewood, and March Ridge. Those areas are all pretty, I mean, when you get right down to it, pretty easy to drive around in. Once you have a car, and you're, you know, not driving too fast, you're being relatively cautious and judicious with it, you can pretty much drive anywhere and everywhere for the rest of the game. Again, as long as you're being judicious and cautious. Because even if you hit a couple zombies, that's not the end of your car. You're going to be able to fix that hood or replace that hood pretty easily. And even then, if you just hit one zombie, I think the speed, like, there's like a magic number where it's like if you're going only 35 and you hit one zombie, it doesn't do hard, like, I think it does 0.5 to 1% damage to your hood. So that's not that, like, again, don't stack that, but that's not that bad, really. So if you can kind of tolerate driving around the map at Sunday driver speeds, you will damage your vehicle far less. And then obviously just don't hit. The other big thing is hitting stationary objects like trees or stop signs or fire hydrants or anything. That's all really bad. But hitting, say, like 10 zombies or the trunk of a car that's parked, that's less damage than hitting a stationary object, like, you know, a fence or a tree, something like that. So definitely try to hit anything that's not that when you are faced, I guess, with the choice of, like, you know, hitting a whole crowd, like, you know, one of those big old 30 to 50 pack of zombies that are all tightly packed in the middle of the road for no reason, or trying to, you know, veer from it and instead hitting a tree. You should definitely just hit that big pack of zombies. That's gonna save your car a lot more. And obviously you'll stop, like, you know, 15 zombies in, slam on the reverse and get out of there. But your vehicle will definitely be a little less damaged, or rather a lot less damaged, actually. Time to get home for TV, question mark? Am I gonna miss the one? Miss the one? Neo. Where am I going and what am I doing? What is my plan? I'm going into the park. Oh, I'm gonna try and get the stove. Right. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know where it is now, but I don't think I knew right where it was then. Oh, that's frustrating. We're so close, buddy. By the way, that's yeah, no, your instincts are right. There is like a spot out here that has an antique stove. Well, not even instincts. I mean, just I vaguely remember that, like, somewhere in this park there is one. I'm still going the wrong way. Oh, that's rough. Well, do I get it right now or do I get it later? I'm trying to remember. the empty bottles in the room. I'm about to get thirsty. What a shame. I mean, the first level of thirsty, I don't think it does a single thing statistically that I can tell. Maybe you get a little bit warmer once you are already thirsty, but getting warmer makes you thirsty in the first place, so that's one, that makes sense. And then two, I mean, you were already warm, so now you're thirsty, so you're a little bit thirstier, so it makes you a little warmer. But actually, so yeah, it accelerates, and I mean, I'm sure that, if anything, that's gotta be it, because I haven't noticed anything else. Why'd you throw that on the ground? Yeah. I think even past me, it was like, hey, why'd I do that? The trees, they aren't helping. There you go. Be away from the trees, yes. Nice open areas. Okay, so at this point I think I'm thinking, okay, well, it's not in this part of the park. Where the hell is it? I remember thinking, I remember being rather a little frustrated. Maybe I was thinking. I guess I could go to Greens and grab some food or something. Is that what I? Yeah. Okay, I'll grab some food then. Fine. I think I'm gonna double back, right? No, is that Casa Bonita or whatever? Oh no, it's like Cantina, just regular old Cantina. Tita Maria's Cantina. Okay. Maybe Tia. Someone can tell me what a tita is, but don't they mean tia, which is aunt? Aunt Maria's Cantina? Aunt Maria's Cantina. Cantina. Oh my gosh. I don't know what Tita Maria would be, but maybe someone. Is that like a little aunt? Wouldn't that just be like, I don't know what that would be. Antita? That's weird. Or sorry, tia tita? No, maybe I guess that would just be tita. Well, maybe that is just like a little ant. Like, no, why would you have a little ant though? Is there like bigger and smaller ants? Like, I'm gonna stop thinking. Here we go. Drive out of here. Get lucky and get a car. Never mind. What a choice, Cotton. Okay. Now you're running. Why? What are you doing? What's your game plan? Yeah. Wait, you can run for a while, that's good. Okay. What's your... Yeah, just find some water or something. I think that's what I'm looking for right now. Okay, I might as well grab some water real quick. This is gotta be about it. There we go. Oh my gosh. It's always the last place you'll look. Kinda entered that room facing the wrong way. That could one way in, one way out. Go, it's only two, you gotta go now. Oh. This also works. We're still kind of close. Not that close, but, you know, another second or two. Could have been bad. Okay, I guess here's maybe another thing while I'm just riffing. Lucky should definitely get you more like keys and glove boxes. Ooh, that was a risky get out. Ooh. Um, Definitely get you more like keys and glove boxes or something like that. Or I think it should also maybe take into account what you are. Like say if you're a smoker, there's just a slightly higher chance to get more cigarettes. Or if you are a brawler, there's a slightly higher chance to find like hand axes or baseball bats on on dead zombie. Like there's just a slightly higher rate of that. Um, or I guess of spawning zombies with those things, since you can already kind of see that they have them before you kill them. But things like that. I don't know, like if you're a tailor and you have lucky, you just have a slightly higher chance of recovering thread from each thing you rip, or something small. I guess just like something small for each thing that you would do. Like yeah, if you're lucky and you're a nutritionist, maybe you just have a better chance when you roll whatever is about to spawn in a food-based container, like a fridge or a kitchen cupboard, that you'll find like healthier foods, just kind of weirdly, whatever the healthy might mean, but just the chance to find quote-unquote healthier foods because you have a nutritionist. That would be kind of an interesting wrinkle. I just feel like Lucky should have kind of a neater impact in single player. Obviously, I know this wouldn't really work in multiplayer at all, which is why it's turned off. But for single player, I definitely think Lucky could, I don't know, not like a kind of trait that is, take it or you will regret it, because that's just too good. You don't want traits that are just so good you kind of have to take them. And I don't think any trait is so good you have to take it. Like organized is nice, and dexterous is very nice, but you can perfectly, play around with perfectly fine. So you definitely don't want to make Lucky too powerful. So I can see some concerns, or maybe why it isn't amazing. But it's definitely quite weak right now, and it certainly could be stronger. As it is, it gives you a very small chance to, like, when you find a specific, here's how I understand it, maybe someone can correct me. When you find a certain kind of container that would have had rare loot, a so-called rare loot container, one, you are a little bit more likely that it is a true rare loot container, because I guess there's still an internal check when you first discover it, that it will actually contain rare loot or not. So one, you get a better chance of passing that. Oh, what are you doing? Weird. Passing that, and then two, once it is rare loot, you get, I guess, 10% more of the loot, or 10% better of the loot. I don't think anyone's ever adequately explained what that 10% increase is, so I take it to mean that you just get a 10% boost on just confirming that a rare loot container is a rare loot container, which is pretty weak, I think. And then second, I guess that there's you have a better chance when you repair your items that you will succeed, slightly better than otherwise. Wish you could. Oh, excuse me. Which, again, just seems a little underwhelming for what lucky kind of means. Like, I don't know, you start a car and it starts up on the first try because you're lucky. Like, that's what lucky, feels like usually in kind of an action survival game. You go to fire your weapon that's very damaged, and you're worried it'll jam, and it doesn't, or something like that. Like, I don't know, that's kind of lame, but you get what I mean. Like, you get lucky. I can't quite go under the stairs there. That's just a weird angle. It looks like you should be able to, but you can't, because it's only 3 tiles. Yeah, you cannot go under the stairs there. That's I feel like that would annoy me as a homeowner. Okay, some extra curtains. Sure. Yeah, make a little room. Are you gonna start? Oh my! Yeah, just leave. Good. Oh. Yep, just go. Just go. Good job. Now stand up. Oh, there's a bunch. Huh. Well, this isn't good. You're gonna need to be a little cautious. Oh my. Yeah. Yeah, just go home. His bags are packed. Just take him to the airport. Just send him home. Okay, or maybe try to grab another car. I guess that's valid too. It's never too late to learn how to drive another car. Oh. Yeah, don't do that. I must have pressed F? I must have pressed F because I equipped the lighter there. Which you kind of don't want to do. Because when you equip the lighter secondary, it'll automatically light up to provide a little light. But you can drain it. I don't know, I feel like, okay, another minor nitpick. If you keep a lighter on for even like 10 minutes in this game, which granted is a long time for a lighter, that's like the whole life of the lighter apparently can only be on for that long. Which maybe that's true, maybe that's not, but it's because of the way time, ooh, hey, get out of here. Just gas though, that's all you need. Because of the nature of the time compression, sometimes maybe you equip it during the day and you don't even notice that the lighter is providing you light because it's daytime, so it doesn't provide any light around you to notice that. You would just burn through all of your lighter in one tick, essentially, of time, which is a real shame, because sometimes you're a smoker and you sort of need that. The same thing happens. Long time. The same thing happens when you go to light a Molotov because you have the lighter secondary. So when you light the Molotov and you throw it, oftentimes people will complain that it takes a whole lighter to light one Molotov, when really what's happening is they're leaving it equipped in the secondary spot without turning it off. You can, of course, just right-click and turn off the lighter immediately, so it's not providing light. You're not just sitting there with it on, basically. At which point, then that doesn't happen. But if you don't know to do that, why would you do that, of course? And the game isn't telling you that the lighter is on because you are throwing your Molotovs during the daytime. So you don't even notice that the lighter is providing you light because it's daytime. You just assume that you threw one Molotov and for some reason that took the whole lighter, and now you're kind of mad at the game because that's one, silly and stupid, and then two, you're a little bit mad at the Molotov because it's really not that impressive either. Not to say that Molotovs aren't very useful in this game, but the first time I threw a Molotov, I was like, it's like 3 squares of fire. I threw I put a whole gallon of gas or whatever. I don't know, I don't remember the units or how I exactly expressed it at the time. And I'm like, that's a whole, wine bottle full of gasoline. I feel like it should be more than, 3 little puny spread out squares of fire. Of course, like I said, Molotovs are very useful overall in this game, but they're not like, I don't know, this game really isn't about like destruction and fire and explosions. It really doesn't support that very well at all. It's more about, even the fighting is very clunky. Frankly, it's a Sims game. I say this lovingly, I love this game, but it's a Sims game that happens to have some zombies and cars in it too, It's a base building game. It's a fun, and then there's of course survival elements. But once you've established a base, I mean, you could make all the food you need. You can make so many rain barrels that one raining per year will guarantee you have enough water, which again, I should say, not again rather, but it will always rain more than once a year. I mean, even if, what is it, it's 400 units a barrel of water for the level 7 rain barrel. So 400 units of water, and usually if it rains for like an hour, that fills up, you know, any rain barrel, pretty much anything. So, see, like the bourbon bottles carry, I believe, 13 or 12 and a half units of water, and if you have high thirst, it will take you about 2 of those bottles a day, so about 25 units per day. So that's 4 days for 100 units. So like 2 weeks per rain barrel, roughly, let's say. So you would need, what, 25 rain barrels? It's really not that hard to get to. Did I lose my hat? I can't tell, I zoomed out. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm still wearing my hat. Okay, cool. So you'd really only need about 25 rain barrels to last a whole year. Which sounds like a lot, but by the time you get, by the time you get 2 rain barrels, you'll pretty much actually never run out of water again. Getting to 25 would just be, I guess, the safest number, because even if it rained only once that year, you would be fine. That's actually not that hard to get to. 25 rain barrels. That's 100 garbage bags. That's nothing. I think the average, even rosewood would get you more than 100 garbage bags. I say that, maybe I'd be a little bit wrong, but I bet it would get you close right there. So just rosewood alone. Okay, rosewood and those slightly to the south and southeast, those little outlying homes, but not the prison itself. I bet there's 100 garbage bags in there for sure. Am I just looting? I feel like I'm just running around kind of aimlessly. Maybe I'm just trying to, look for... Oh, maybe I'm just looking for boarded up homes. Because those are the good ones. I mean, good ones, quote-unquote, but... That's how you get, an axe or a machete or maybe a katana. If that's your jam. Walking home now with my tail between my legs. This seems very... I should definitely be carrying a bottle of vitamins at this point so that I can kind of offset my tiredness and then get back my endurance faster. Because at this point I'm kind of in the death spiral, and I think I have vitamins at home. The death spiral being that now I am so tired that I will never be able to gain any endurance whatsoever without sleeping first. So I essentially need to sleep at some time, at some point very, very soon. So definitely, I don't know, or coffee, if I had some coffee on me. Pretty much anything that would undo how tired I am right here. Anything that undoes your tiredness, not necessarily your endurance. I do need to get endurance back. But just bringing this bar down would help bring this bar up, because when you're less tired, you can walk and regain some endurance, depending on your fitness level and how much you're carrying. A lot of factors. There's always a lot of factors. But I just need to get less tired. That's my big thing right now. So I don't even know why I'm out and about. Like, what am I looking for? Why am I out and about? Oh, there we go, there's one. Oh, that's okay. That must be what I'm looking for. I'm just out hoping I find these good homes. It's that one right there in the corner. I'm marking it. I'm gonna go check it. have the crowbar, just get in. You can unbarricade with a hammer, of course, but if you have a crowbar in your hands, you just unbarricade with that, and then you get to keep the crowbar in your hands. So I don't feel like I need to explain why that's good. Keep that crowbar in your hands, you know what I mean? I'm so tired, though, I really can't afford to fight, because that costs so much endurance every time you swing your weapon. No, just... No, this is bad. Okay. I think I was hoping to get like a one-hit kill there, maybe just, you know, critical, get lucky, and then walk away, and it didn't happen. Yeah, hold on, yeah, just mark it for later and come back when you're not tired. Oh, don't. Okay. Maybe also don't jog. I don't know, you're so tired. But you do kind of need to get where you're going sooner. Trash can outside. That was weird, just a trash can. I often have a trash can outside of my bedroom window, sir. Thank you. I was already here before. I've looped back. Just go home, dude. It just, you know, your bags are packed. Just take yourself to the airport and go home. I think that's what happens here. It's jog all the way home. You know, for the purpose of slight brevity. Just slight. Because I have a feeling that's exactly what I do. Let's see. Nope. How do I? Okay, there we go. Yeah, nope. Okay, well, I guess something happened. Oh, I found something to carry. Oh, I got a jack. I think I did need that. I always feel like the jack is the last thing I find. I find the tire iron, I find a screwdriver, wrench, tire pump, and then the jack last. I always feel like the jack is last. One just little, we're gonna, let's see, I'm clearly just going. Yep. And we're home now? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, we are home. Oh, we turned off the lights. Alright, and now close the doors. Go upstairs. Take a nap. You remember to hang your sheets. Okay, well, that's kind of frustrating. Oh. Hey, alright. I think that means every window, or at least practically speaking, every good window, every worryable window is covered. Not bad. Actually, this house is, or whatever layout, not the specific one, but because I've seen this one, I think, a couple times on the map. This layout of house is pretty safe. I think there's only like 12 total windows. It's really not that many. Maybe 14, something like that. And most of them already come sheeted. Oh yeah, and then I gotta get some sheets for up here. What, 3 up here? 4 up here? Yeah. No, I was about to hang up that last sheet, but I just wanted to take a nap on this wooden attic floor. Plenty of books. And storage space. Just go to sleep, man. Okay, yeah, actually, not bad. Yes. Yes. Hmm. Oh. Well, that's a rough one. So, some of these annotated maps get you right in the guts. Not like that. They get you right in the feelings. Toy market. No. Okay. Okay. Go to bed. You're very tired. I don't know if that's for me right now or for the character, but yes. I guess check everything just to be sure. Sure. Okay, yeah. Now go to bed. Seriously, dude, go to bed. Yeah. Forget, I guess forget your cooking. Oh, wow. It's up for 4 hours. That's right. Even with the restless sleeper, where you wake up around 3 hours, if you're ridiculously tired, I think that's the term. If you are at the max tired noodle, you can sleep for up to 4 hours. Which again isn't that much. 4 hours, not a lot of time. I think it's pretty useful to wake up more often, even if that means you maybe do spend a little bit more time sleeping than just the pure wakeful character. I don't think I don't think it's that much of a trade-off. I guess I really haven't bothered to do the math. It feels like in a 24-hour period, you still just sleep like 6 or 7 hours, I think, which is kind of like wakeful. It's just that it's like more spread out. But maybe I'm not. Oh, heading home to grab stuff. Making my way back home. Grabbing. What do I need at home? Why am I? I never know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing back there. Am I gonna run into the fence? No. No. Okay. Is there anything in specific I need, or am I just kind of, am I just grabbing loot because I think I need it? Look, I put all this loot together, so clearly it's good loot, even though it's the same loot as every other home, just put all together. I don't even think you need the 2 bourbon bottles with high thirst, or heavy thirster. I think it's just high thirst. I bet just 2 regular water bottles will do it. It's just that the bourbon bottles, when they're full, they weigh slightly less than the water bottles when they're full. It's really not that much, though. It's 0.1 for each bottle, so across 2 bottles, that's a whole 0.2 you're saving. But then once the bourbon bottles are empty, they still weigh, 0.3 or 0.4, as opposed to the plastic bottles, which weigh 0.1 or maybe 0.05. Much, much less, though. Well, much less when you're comparing such small numbers. 0.4 compared to 0.1. Or maybe 0.3 compared to 0.05. I forget the exact numbers. Also, it's storming outside quite hectically for me here where I am. So I don't know if you can hear that on the. I hope you can't. But it's, I don't know, it's storming like a ETA heavy severe weather event from the emergency, or what is it, the automated emergency broadcast system. Gosh, actually, it is kind of storming quite a bit. I gotta, you know what, I might call this one short, guys. You know, we're in the kitchen. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call this one a little bit short. I'm gonna go. I think I gotta check on my umbrellas and stuff outside, make sure they don't blow away. So, well, this has been fun. I hope everyone's had a really good time watching. I really didn't accomplish a lot. I was hoping to get that antique stove, it looked like, but I really didn't. Anyway, I hope you guys still had fun, and you know, have a great day, and definitely stay warm and dry. Wow, the storm's picking up. All right, I gotta go. Bye, guys.